Hello there, this is Earl Bryant coming at you from the New York City suburbs of Long Island, and it is time once again for Pearls from Earl, where it is my mission to educate, edify, and encourage excellence in every area of your life. Today's Pearl is called You Don't Have to Do Everything. Earl Nightengale many years ago said this: "Success is the progressive realization of a worthwhile goal or ideal." That is a lesson that has been lost to many through the annals of time, and it's a lesson that many of us need to learn once again or for the first time. Because in this day and age, many of us have a very distorted view of what success is. We get this idea that success is supposed to be instantaneous, almost like instant coffee or instant soup, just add water. And you're supposed to have a goal realized within seconds of starting out. But life doesn't work that way. It actually takes time to accomplish things and to achieve things. And on top of that, many of us have an unrealistic view of success because we believe that success means that we have to pack as much as we can into our day and do as many things as we can all at the same time. There was a gentleman on the Ed Sullivan Show many decades ago who had an act where he would spin plates on poles suspended vertically all at the same time, 5, 6, 7, 8 plates all at once, spinning. And he kept them all spinning all at the same time throughout his entire act, and not a single plate fell, and not a single plate broke. And it's amazing how he was able to do that. The problem is there are a lot of people who believe that they're supposed to do that with their day and their time every single day, where they're supposed to have a bunch of activities going on all at once. And in this day and age, they call it multitasking. Well, multitasking can actually be counterproductive if you get this idea that you're supposed to be doing all these different things all at once. And we're also now in the day and age where we have the to-do list. And many people put on their to-do list 10, 15, 20 or more things that they want to accomplish in a single day, because they feel like if they don't get all of these things done all at once in one single given day, then their day was not productive or their day wasn't successful. And what happens most times is when they put these 15, 20 things on their list, especially on a weekend when they supposedly have a lot of free time, as we all know, life isn't perfect. Things happen. Things take place that are unexpected, things that catch us off guard, catch us on the blind side, so to speak. And we wind up having to put out small fires here, there, and everywhere, things that we hadn't planned on doing, things that take up some of our time. And by the end of the day, this list of 15, 20 things that we had planned to do that day, we might actually accomplish 2 things, 5 things, maybe 7. But because we expected to get all of them done, we get upset, we get frustrated, we get angry, we get discouraged and disappointed, and we feel like we just want to throw in the towel on the whole thing. And I'll give you a perfect example of expectations that sometimes can get a little bit too high too soon. At the beginning of each new year, people make resolutions. And what's the number one resolution that most people make? They say they want to lose weight, they want to get fit, they want to get in shape. There are people that might say in the emotion of the moment, the high emotion of that occasion, that they want to lose 50 pounds so they can look good in a swimsuit for swimsuit season. And that sounds like a fairly realistic goal, since for many people, swimsuit season doesn't arrive for about another 5 or 6 months after the fact. So you figure you've got the winter and a good part of the spring to get this thing worked out. But what do a lot of people do? They go full bore on day one as if they want to lose all 50 pounds in the first 24 to 48 hours. They just want to get it off as fast as they can. They want to work as hard as they can to get this done. And all that they accomplish inside of those first 48 hours is a massive amount of exhaustion. They're physically exhausted, they're mentally exhausted, they're oftentimes so sore that they can't move, they can't breathe, they can't think. It hurts to do anything. And what happens is they tend to start out doing too much too soon, being unrealistic, because they try to start from a standstill position. And it's almost like a car that tries to go from 0 to 90 in less than 5 seconds, which is unrealistic, especially if you start the car and let's say within 30 seconds you hit the gas and you want to rev it up to 90. You're going to put too much stress on that car, and that car most likely is going to be on the position to break down in a very short period of time. Well, that's what happens to a lot of people who try to do too much too soon, especially in that situation where they're trying to lose weight and they try to lose too much weight too fast. Their body's not ready to handle it, because what they fail to understand is they didn't gain all that weight all at once, so you're not going to lose that weight all at once. It's going to take time. It's a process. You might have to lose a little bit at a time here and there, and just be consistent over a period of days, weeks, months, until the weight begins to come off and you start to see progress. And what happens with a lot of people is they fail to understand that it's going to take time, like Earl Nightengale said, to progressively realize that goal. You're not going to get that goal all at once. It's like going to school. You go to kindergarten 1 year, and then the next year you expect to graduate from high school. It doesn't happen like that. It takes time to go through the process. It's not going to happen overnight. It's like these people who see infomercials and they see someone who lost weight and they see a before and after picture. They see a before picture at the beginning of the infomercial, and the infomercial is like 30 minutes, and by the end of the infomercial, you see, well, this person's lost all this weight, and you think that's going to happen for you inside of a very short period of time. That's unrealistic. That's not going to happen. And on top of that, you're not built to do everything all at once. The idea is for you to do something on the way to that big thing that you want to do. You look at marathons. It's a very intriguing sporting event to me, because in a marathon, everyone who runs a marathon celebrates the triumph of that marathon. Not just the ones who finish first, but the ones who finish, period. In fact, it's a greater triumph just to finish a marathon, no matter where you finish and no matter how long it takes. There are people who have walked across the line. There are people who have crawled across the line. There are people who have literally rolled side by side across the line, because all they wanted to do was finish that race. Because to them, it's a great achievement. And they didn't worry about doing it fast or doing it all at once. They just wanted to get it done. And they also celebrate and they cheer the runners as they pass through certain checkpoints along the route of the marathon, because they realize it's about making progress. Now, if you want a suggestion, if you have a big goal that you want to reach, I will make this suggestion to you, and a friend of mine shared this with me. Get yourself a calendar. Write down what you want to do ultimately, but break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Write down the things that you want to do day by day and week by week to get to that point. Write down what you want to do each day. I would suggest that the night before, you write down 5 to 7 things you want to accomplish the next day. Instead of writing a to-do list, write a must-do list. Things that you absolutely must get done. Write those things down the night before on the calendar for you to do the following day. And as you complete each task, check it off. Check it off as something that you got finished, something that you accomplished. Because you get a sense of accomplishment, you get a sense of pride, you get a sense of momentum. You make progress and you feel productive. It builds momentum and it builds your confidence toward the next task. And it puts in your mind that you were able to get something done, and you look forward to doing the next thing because you have confidence to get that done. And you do that day by day and week by week, and you will be amazed and you will be surprised at how much progress that you make, because it's about being productive. It's about building momentum. It's about making progress. And success is not something that happens all at once. It happens little by little by little. Because as you do it, as you move forward, you get closer and closer to your goal. So when you finally reach that goal, you realize you have a lot to celebrate, because you built upon that goal, you built upon that process, and you made progress on the way to that goal. And you do what Earl Nightengale said, you progressively realize that goal. And each day as you get closer and closer, you have more reason to celebrate. So when you finally reach that triumph, you realize that it just wasn't that moment that you arrived. It's all the little moments along the way that you got to celebrate. You got to celebrate small wins. You got to pat yourself on the back, so to speak, for the small achievements that you made that got you closer and closer to that goal. And you wind up doing what Earl Nightengale said, and instead of multitasking, you start celebrating multi-wins, because each win builds upon itself. Like building the skyscraper, once you lay the foundation and you build floor upon floor upon floor, you start to see your progress as you get toward the top and completion. And you're able to celebrate that great big triumph, not only all at once, but all the moments along the way that make that big moment special. And that becomes your big success at the end, because you had all those moments that add up to that big triumph, and it gives you all the more reason to celebrate, all the more reason to be full of pride and accomplishment, and you're able to celebrate and appreciate that triumph. And then you have that progressive realization, which leads to the ultimate realization, the ultimate victory, and the ultimate triumph. And you have, in that moment, true success. And that is today's Pearl from Earl. It is my hope that you got some value out of what you just heard. And if you had, please do me the honor of giving me a like or a thumbs up. And don't be stingy. Share the wealth with people that you know, that you believe can appreciate the value from the information that you just received. Now, this is one of many lessons that I have learned from a group of people that I have come to respect, because they have taught me how to make progressive realization, how to celebrate small wins, how to appreciate small achievements on the way to larger triumphs. And they have shown me how to succeed and how to excel little by little, day by day, moment by moment, getting better and better. If you believe that this group of people are the type of folks that can help you to achieve success in a progressive manner, little by little, day by day, then I invite you to click the link that I've included below this video. If you're watching on Facebook or any other medium, please indicate your interest in the comments, and I'll be happy to forward that information on to you so that you can have an opportunity to check out this group, this community for yourself. And you can also take a 10-day test drive, a trial membership for $10. You have the opportunity to check out this group for yourself and see if what they have to offer is right for you, and it can help you to make progressive realization toward your worthwhile goals and to make small victories and small triumphs. And if you find out it's not right for you, then before the 10 days are up, you just ask for a refund. You'll get your $10 back. But at the very least, you'll have an opportunity to learn how to succeed little by little and day by day. It has been my privilege and my honor to share this Pearl with Earl from you. And until the next time when we gather around for another Pearl from Earl, when I hope to see you right back out there, this is Earl Bryant signing off from the New York City suburbs of Long Island, saying take care, be well, be blessed and not stressed, and make it a great day. Bye for now.